This is Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance in San Diego County today, joined by Dr. David Miyashiro. He is the superintendent of Cajon Valley Union School District in the east part of San Diego County. It's a K-8 district. Tell us a bit about your school district.
Thank you for having me, Brad.
Of course.
The Cajon Valley School District is centrally in El Cajon, unincorporated parts of San Diego, parts of Alpine, La Mesa, Spring Valley. We're large.
How many school students?
We have 20 elementary schools and six middle schools.
Okay.
About 18,000 kids and growing.
That's not small.
Significant fact is that we are the home to the largest refugee population in the country.
Right, right. I've interviewed some members of the City Council of El Cajon, and I understand you have a good number of refugees from the Middle East. I believe Syria, is that right? Iraq?
Syria, Afghanistan, and Iraq.
Right. And so talk to us about that rich diversity in your school district.
Yeah, it's amazing. We have kids of every, size, shape, and color.
Right.
And learning to build healthy relationships with a wide diversity of people, I think, is good for every culture, not just the newcomers, but for...
Right. And I have to think, if you're K-8, you're obviously getting the kids at a younger age. So they don't see color, shapes,
Right.
We're all kids. We want to just play ball. And so I have to think that they're pretty terrific, all, native born or internationally born.
If every person could see the world through the eyes of children, I think we'd be in a pretty good place.
I'm inspired. Tell me more about your mission.
Wow.
I wanted you to I know we talked before the interview. Let's have some fun here.
Okay. Well, let me ask you first then.
Okay, let's do it.
According to Brad, what is the purpose of school?
Right, and I appreciate the question. I knew it was coming, and I'm still flummoxed. So I have a going into 10th, going into 8th.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of reasons to attend public schools, private schools, whatever it is. I feel as if socialization is important. I feel collaboration is important. I feel basic skills are important, reading, writing, arithmetic. I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes I wonder why our kids who have no interest in history need to take advanced European history, or our kids who have no interest in math have to take calculus BC.
Awesome.
I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
What do you think the purpose of education is?
Well, I think that if we ask the 15 people in this room, we'll get 15 different answers based on personal experience. And for those who have kids and maybe those who don't. But if you look at a school district's mission statement, it says something like, we are an organization that believes that all children have the highest potential, and we will provide them with skills, a bunch of jargon.
Mumbo jumbo.
And really, at the level of leadership I'm at now with the City of El Cajon and the police department and the people I get to engage with, our mission is to make El Cajon the best place to live, work, play, and raise a family. That's it.
But here's my question. Are our schools creating an environment so that you can do what you just described, so that families can do what you just described?
I would say no. But our kids, they're going to be fine because you and I have successfully navigated the system. They're going to be fine regardless of the quality of the school, the quality of the teacher. I mean, we want the best for them, but because you and I are good parents and we know how to navigate the system, I'm not too worried about the future success of my daughter.
But what's interesting, and I feel as if schools are really good at educating the top 10% and really good at serving, I'll just use this term, the bottom 10%. Kids with real challenges. I think our schools do a pretty good job. And really gifted kids, they do a really good job. But that middle 80%, maybe 60, whatever you want to call it, those are the kids where I feel as if our schools may not be serving them as well.
Well, if we look at the outcomes and we look at the Bureau of Labor and Statistics and Department of Labor data, there's 6.5 million unfilled jobs in America right now. And these are high demand, high skill, high paying jobs. Yet
that's the middle 80% if you ask me.
Exactly. And then there's massive unemployment and underemployment across our country in any community. And I think the K-12 system it's our fault. And it's not that the teachers and the administrators and the people working in the schools are doing anything wrong. The school system is perfectly designed for the 20th century.
And we're almost 20 years into the 21st century.
Right, and if we have to ask our parents, our kids' grandparents to walk through our schools,
Could you imagine?
it's not going to look a lot different from when they were kids. But if we went into a doctor's office or a dentist's office from the 1900s, we would walk right out.
Right.
I don't want you sticking that thing in my mouth.
I do feel as if we're seeing a lot of modern technology in our schools.
Right.
I mean, that wasn't there when I was going to school. I do feel as if we're, a lot of kids have iPads, computers. No?
Yes.
Okay.
So our district, we're one of the top 35 districts in the country. We were invited to the U.S. Department of Education last year to share our success. We have a one-to-one program where every kid has a computer for their learning.
Right.
And they're challenged at their own level with adaptive software and smart technologies. Teachers have more data than they ever have before.
But my concern is that the teachers are being taught how to use the technology by the students.
Well, in some cases...
You understand what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
we're not training our teachers to learn what the students are learning on their own, technologically speaking.
And that's something that I think we've done a very good job at Cajon Valley.
You've been working on that.
Which is why we're successful, I think. So the advent of technology, you think about healthcare, and now we can unmap the human genome.
Right.
And the idea of personalized, customized healthcare per individual based on data. We have the same opportunity in the classroom with all the data and all the different sources of data now on children and their learning to customize learning for each child. If you have a device to do it and a teacher with a skill set to know how.
Well, I know that for standardized tests, for example, we have adaptive testing. And so that's great that once a year we can adapt a test for them, but can we adapt learning to them?
I think we can, but I think we're spinning our wheels fixing one aspect of school and the larger aspect of school, which is, are we preparing kids for the current world of work? The 6 million person jobs gap, it's a skills gap and an awareness gap. We're not teaching the skills to be successful in genomics, in clean energy.
And in San Diego, I mean, we really need to do that because this is Biotech Central.
Right.
I want to ask about the parents because the parents have new opportunities to let their voices be known in terms of your question, what is the purpose of school, through the local control accountability plan. What are parents saying to you?
We have to frame the question right. So if, just like I asked you the question, well, what should we be doing with our resources? Parents are going to answer based on their own personal experience in school. And their own unique understanding of the world of work, whether they're in genomics or whether they're in development. So I think that one of my favorite quotes from Steve Jobs is, sometimes the customer doesn't know what you want until you show it to them.
Right.
So we have to...
You don't know what you don't know.
Right. So we have to do our work and show them this is the world of work as it is now. This is the rate of change that the jobs of the future are changing at. And then when you talk to companies like AT&T and Cox, Illumina, they talk about reskilling. Because as they develop new jobs and new technologies, the technologies advance and then make those skills a little bit obsolete. So the idea of reskilling and relearning is what we should be doing in our schools.
Can you work with your 912 district so that you're on the same page?
We're working with them now. They're realizing that we've prepared our kids for a digital universe, and that if they don't have that opportunity in 9th grade, then the kids are really going to get disengaged. So we've been working pretty closely with the Grossmont High School District, who our kids attend after they leave us.
It is an amazing shift that our country, our state, our county is going through, and I'm glad that we have leaders like you that are looking at these very important questions, because without it, like you said, that job skills gap will continue to grow. His name is Dr. David Miyashiro. He is the superintendent at Cajon Valley Union School District in East San Diego County. We're in San Diego today. This is Local Edition.